Driver's license revoked or suspended? Don't go back into the system. Stay anonymous with an international driving permit from Nicaragua. Just send $350 to Steve, care of P.O. Box 375, Carson City, Nevada, 89403.
Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Maneater. This is episode 18, in which we are continuing to follow the trail of the Molech through the regular map. I would say the trail of destruction, but really it's just been a trail of goopy slime and generic missions. We have a atomic electric shark here.
Atomic Energy Commission project, the Irradiated Great White.
I can't imagine it's much more difficult than the regular electric great white. Is it just like completely stationary there?
The insectoids, it seems, have allies even within the underwater domain.
Did it just teleport through me? Hold on. Doesn't seem very aggressive, honestly. Like, that barracuda's getting more pissy at me than the shark. Kinda looks decent with the atomic coloration compared to the orca. Okay, it let go. So as usual, our strategy is to let it follow us until we can dodge one of its big attacks. And that one I could not dodge because I was electrified. There's also really not a lot of wildlife around here because we're in the radiated zone. Oh no, never mind, we're in Golden Shores. I thought we were in Dead Horse Lake, where the power plant is. Yeah, there's not a lot of healing here, just groupers. Alright. So we'll take the shark a little more seriously than I was going to. Oh, that time it did get its health back. Or I just did very little damage. That Mako is a good source of help. But also a distraction. Ah, shit. Yeah, see, I'm electrified now, so I can't dodge at all. I seem to get zapped, though, every time I bite it, which is kind of a problem. Since, you know, it is kind of my main way of interacting with the world.
Radioactive particles pass through skin. They change creatures' DNA, resulting in superpowers such as electricity manipulation. That or
Unfortunately, our beam is also kind of slow, so it misses a lot of the time.
A radio-equipped electrode implanted in the Great White's limbic system. An insectoid-designed stimmer.
Alright. So that wasn't too bad. Turns out the irradiated creatures are very much not immune to our laser breath. Okay, so that'll pop up a bunch more shitty missions.
Death squads have made clear their intention to overthrow private property. Extrajudicial killings of all owners of homes with a second bathroom are right around the corner. Mark my words.
So these are just NWO guys now standing on a golf course.
Inside source says they're going to shut down this broadcast under Executive Order 10995.
Oh boy. Having all the NWO guys show up is a pain in the ass in such shallow water.
Where y'all at?
So yeah, I don't think this is going to be the last episode simply because I think every time we do one of these areas, it's going to pop up a bunch of these generic missions. Just like it did in the main game.
It could be anywhere.
Wow, that only took one shot. Yep, just gonna blow up that random diver. Alright, so that's one down. And there's a revenge mission over here, which is, what a surprise, 10 sailors. I like how the number doesn't ever change either. Unfortunately, all this, like, body armor they're wearing makes it slow to consume them. I mean, at this point, the DLC has taken up half the length of the main game's playthrough.
I will not be silenced.
Because that was 12 episodes, and we're already 6 episodes into the DLC.
I really should get them polarized lenses.
And she's off.
I bet one of these time trials is going to be super annoying, because that's always the case with games, right? When they have stuff like this, there's always one that's just really, really awful and takes you 100 tries.
This is such a treat for all you die-hard swim fanatics.
All you die-hard swim fanatics who wish you could swim as well as a shark.
This could be one for the record books. Dominant performance thus far.
I'm not sure what differentiates him insulting you and congratulating you on your time. It seems to be about a difference of like 5 seconds.
The title of my favorite early 2000s teen thriller, that turned me into a swim fan.
Say irradiated grouper? Oh, maybe I just read 2 names overlapping. But we don't have, like, radiation energy, so that's not a resource we need to collect.
The shark burst right out of the gate.
I remember this pool, or one of these pools. We had a whole bit here.
The shark's looking real confident.
But I do feel like these races are such, like, filler content. Like, this is something that someone could pump out easily, because you just gotta drop down a couple rings somewhere. Uh-oh. Ugh. I got stuck in the vertical flip.
That was disappointing.
Also, kind of funny that when you hit retry, it just drops you back at the start. It doesn't actually start it over.
And we're off to
But I guess the alternative is that you just stay wherever you are when the race ends. there catfish in the swimming pool? Alright, past the sailors that we need to murder.
Too hard.
It's like most of the time the jumps work fine, but sometimes you just flip upside down for no reason. Because, like, I shouldn't flip unless I yank the mouse up when I'm jumping out of the water. Alright, I think we're doing alright this time.
This is not an optimal race base.
And for once, I didn't do a flip at the end.
PhD in race science. Wait, hold on, that came out wrong.
Alright, and we got one more murder spot over here too. This is the exact same thing we just fought. Great. I love how they're making that just a repeated thing in the same area. Well, we know how to handle this problem. Lots of lasers. Wow, that really worked amazingly.
The insectoids are using a brain-to-brain interface to wirelessly operate these sharks.
I wonder how we're doing on nutrients. I mean, I guess we fully upgraded the tail. We're just upgrading the regeneration organ at this point. It's funny that you can't knock people down with the shark. You just clip through them unless you're eating them. Strolling down the boulevard. Okay, so we got another revenge mission here, and then we're done with this area. And then we just rinse and repeat in the next area, and the next area, and the next area.
Successful shark hunt is traditionally celebrated with off-brand cinnamon whiskey and large quantities of pseudo-effects.
Only I could eat you people faster.
Free speech prohibitions are right around the corner, friends. Violators will be imprisoned.
Okay, so now we go this way.
She's close. She's really close. The hell are you? Let's really get a vision test.
I mean, even before Maneater came out, I looked at it and I was like, you know, this looks like it's going to be very arcadey and not very, like, scripted event-driven, and that very much turned out to be the case, because it's mostly just...
waffle-centric restaurants are a thinly veiled plot to topple the very foundations of our democracy.
It's mostly just a progression of little side missions to use your shark's goofy abilities.
The hunt ends, but this is a mere pause in the eternal struggle between man and nature.
Okay, another sonar beacon. I mean, we're scratching off the checklist pretty well. I don't think it lists every area. Investigate area 3 or 4. So each of these investigate area entries is one of the areas we need to go to. So that means there's only... I think this is the Gulf we'll have to go back to. We're probably doing a full lap. This is where we are now. So this will probably be Dead Horse Lake. And then we're almost done. So yeah, we don't have to go through the whole map if this is accurate. Wow, this one's really fucked up right here. What is that? Is that a slime pipe?
of these machines, dispersing mental poison from hell, creating a lumping mass of propaganda-drugged Americans who'd rather watch Aubrey Dominique take the Cocoa Pop Challenge than read the Constitution. Aha! Take that, Aubrey Dominique, you delusional insectoid pawn.
All right. Sailors, sailors. Another electric atomic great white. A boat. And a time trial. Man, they really did not want to vary these up at all. Like, they're just seriously... I guess it's to be like, oh, you want more game? Here's more game. But, like, I want more game.
Go!
I don't want more of the same game. Like, okay, yes. For some games, DLC that is just more of the same game but in a new area are a good thing, you know, like RPGs. Where it's like, here's a whole new world area with new stuff in it to find. That's cool. But when it's just, hey, here is a new level where you do exactly the same things you were doing with nothing new in it, that's less cool. But I mean, even from the early access period of Killing Floor 2, it became apparent what kind of attitude Tripwire were going to take about DLC moving forward.
The big fish masterfully demonstrates how to splash and dash.
Alright, so let's consume these sailors and then use the charged up ability to kill the Great White.
The shark hunting sector has experienced significant growth, leaving a lot of local openings for amusement ride operators.
See, I still feel like thrashing doesn't significantly increase the devour speed. It just is disorienting.
Signing the Declaration of Independence was a death warrant for our courageous founding fathers. So too have I selflessly put myself at tremendous risk with Chief West.
Fucking skiff was in the way of my target. I'm not sure that charging this up actually does more damage.
233 viewers! Ugh. I'm gonna send a tersely worded email to YouTube CEO about squelching free speech.
Yeah, because I'm sure ViewTube's CEO really gives a shit about her content creators.
Probably right under me.
Looking at you, Susan. Okay, so the Great White's over here. I don't have a blast charged up, but I'm starting to rely on lasers to be our solution to every problem.
And there will be an inevitable rush on dollar drafts at Flamingo Joe's.
Sorry, alligator, but I need to do violence on you. Oh, something stuck in my mouth. I accidentally ate something. What is it doing? It's like zigzagging. Okay, stop. Come on, like, do a dash or something. Instead of just slowly following after me.
Cross another one off the internet.
Gotta eat that muto meat. Okay. So I think we're making good time in completing these side missions. I honestly did not expect them to just add a bunch of them to existing areas. What's that red diamond on the map?
Bad feeling.
The shark explodes off the blocks.
I still remember trying to get the license plates here when I was a much smaller shark that could not jump 3 times in the air. This bridge area was also the area they showed off in gameplay before the game was out,
She looks
and
full of adrenaline.
it was not very impressive looking. It's like, oh cool, there's a gator in the sewers there, but that's about it. The rest of it was just them flipping in the air, eating
How do you
people.
think she'd fare in the 200-meter backstroke?
And sailors. We got sailors. I need to consume you for the sake of truth,
Clovis responds.
and also for recharging my active ability. I just have to imagine how framey this is on YouTube every time I have to do one of these mass consumptions. It's like the game itself gets kind of framey when you do this.
Folks, the powers that be are frightened of this program. So frightened that they will enact the internet kill switch. Still, we must keep broadcasting as long as we can.
Alright, so now we're going into Caviar Key.
She gotta be somewhere out here.
How long is that suffocating thing gonna stay there?
Brought my fish finder.
So many sheeple going about their daily lives, ignorant that their minds are held captive by forces they don't know or understand.
Shark, get your ass out here. Hell, I don't know.
I like how you don't even have to do anything there, you just touch it. And it's like,
The
yep,
powers
you
of
investigated.
society have retaliated with deterrent action, but mankind is ultimately impotent to stop Mother Nature's vengeance.
Okay, now we gotta consume 10 sailors. Never saw that coming. This fucking lamppost is more difficult than the sailors.
Across our once great country, the NWO's hatred of free markets and affordable consumer goods has truly reached its apotheosis.
Do you think he's just gonna get, like, arrested at the end of this?
That Port Clovis Mayor Wade Hibbert is a Rosicrucian Grand Master who regularly communes with the spirit of Saddam Hussein. This is just the beginning. Next comes the countrywide search and seizure of our weapons, gold stores, and freeze-dried beef stroganoff.
Okay, this one doesn't have very many. There's only 4.
And away we go.
No, this one's potentially the annoying one because it's got 19. Right across the concert.
The fish needs to stay focused as she enters the final stretch.
The final stretch of only the 4th waypoint.
city.
I still hate how the jump works. It's like most of the time it's fine, but sometimes it doesn't move with the camera.
Pulls the most water wins.
Which is how I end up jumping backwards while looking at myself sideways. Like right there. I hit the wall, so I could not reorient until the first jump was done.
Speed and control.
Hit that one.
Getting tense.
As long as you don't hit anything when you're jumping, I think it's fine. But if anything obstructs you, then you're shit out of luck for control.
By reducing drag, the shark can make a minimum energy investment for a maximum speed return.
Yep. Hit my fucking nose on that. Oh, might still pull this around.
The shark could benefit by increasing her stroke length.
Yeah.
What a feat.
And then slowly just flaps down. Okay, we got another target down here. What are we looking for? Another irradiated orca. But like, why don't they have an electric orca or a shadow great white instead of only one of each? That seems to do just as much damage when I quickly charge it. And the game crashed. Alright, well, we'll load back in. It saves after every little mission we complete, so not much loss there. Alright. Let's try this again. I don't know why it crashed. But, no progress was lost. We're not going to go too much farther in this episode anyway. I think we'll finish up this area, and then we'll leave whatever's left for next episode. I think the atomic ball actually does more energy when it's stunned than our bite does.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The orcas are coming for your guns.
I was hoping we'd have a blast charged by now, but it's actually taking a while here. Seems to go faster by killing things than by just doing damage, even if you're doing more damage than you would to the thing you killed.
Merely contrived events designed to cripple the Gulf's fishing industry. Some sort of anti-democratic coup is afoot, and it's safe to say the orcas. Mark my words, the orcas are trying to set up a puppet Molech, with its main purpose being the annexation of Port Clovis.
The libs are turning the orcas against us. Back in the day, they all behaved perfectly fine in SeaWorld. They loved it there. But it's only now that they're turning against them. mean, this game straight up has a SeaWorld analog. We busted into it.
And away we go.
But unfortunately, we did not snap an orca in half in this like you do in Jaws Unleashed.
Look how gracefully
Wait, what?
she glides through
Oh, weird. The trail was going the other way, but that's not where we came from? Good thing I got my land lungs.
Her technique is really limiting her swim speed. You never know when a skunk ape may strike. A dominant performance thus far.
What was that about skunk ape? Which is like a more ghetto cryptid than Bigfoot.
Look at the determination.
I don't know, like, all cryptids are not mythologized equally. Some are much dumber than others. And then there are some that are like, oh, someone saw it once,
Earlier dawdling has this
but it's now become a legend of this area. Like Mothman, you know, the Mothman sightings were all within a very short period of time, and then never again.
Sure, but can she repeat that performance in the 2024 Paris Games?
Also, I like that a lot of the early American cryptid sightings in, like, you know, the early 1900s, most of the stories result in just, like, they saw some weird eyes or something, and they started shooting. Like, that's just their immediate reaction is, oh, there's something weird out there. I better fucking kill it. No idea what it is or why it is, just shoot it. That's the American way. Gun it down and try to identify its corpse later. I killed that seal with radiation poisoning. Alright, so we have another electric great white and some more sailors, and then I think we're done with this area. Oh no, there's even more sailors. There's even more sailor hunting in this game than in Shenmue. I'm looking for some sailors. Can you tell me where I might find them? I've had enough of you.
Did you see that? An embedded chip. The insectoids are using a brain-to-brain interface to wirelessly operate these shuttles. True hunters hold a deep hatred of wildlife in their hearts. None more.
I was like, is that a hot dog stand? But it's like a hat stand on a bike. The kind of kitschy trash you find on like a boardwalk like this.
Friends, an inner voice has told me to share this revelation with you. Australia does not exist.
It was entirely a fabrication of the British Empire. Oh yeah, there's totally a big old land down there. A lound down under, if you will. But have you ever met someone from Australia? I didn't think so. Okay, so we hang a left here. Got some more sailors on Murder Street.
Real close.
If it gets to a point where it's just like, okay, you don't need to investigate the rest of the map, but here's just a dozen side missions popping up in them, we're just going to ignore those because I don't give a shit. You don't even get anything worthwhile out of these side missions anymore. Some very wonky physics happening here. Everybody just calm down.
A new insight.
No need to panic just because the shark's eating everyone.
Oh, it's a photo of two homeless men in an alley in there. Oh, God. Never mind.
Nope. I really should get them polarized lenses.
Alright, so we got another investigate. I think this is the last one for this area. Another destroyed boat.
Well, you're dead in the water.
Intimidated
nobody's
by
taking
the
notice of
shark's
that.
Fierce love of country and implacable devotion to the ideals of liberty, the bioweapon flees to open waters.
Yeah, so basically it just did a fucking lap from here around and back into the Gulf, where I assume we're gonna fight it, because it won't fit anywhere else if it's a leviathan. I mean, we saw it. It wasn't that much bigger than us.
Love books but don't love to read? Autolist.com has over 150,000 titles you can start listening to today. Like Rebecca Jaspin's Gay Frogs. Why are the frogs gay?
Everyone always asking, why are the frogs gay, but not how are the frogs gay?
Regarding these spills, I'm proposing complicity on the part of Mayor Wade Hibbard. You see, Hibbard owns 50 shares in Schlumberger, who's owned by Execo, who are partners with Saxwell Gold in Varcon, the manufacturer of oil dispersant M.O.L.O.C.H. Therefore, Hibbard made money on the cleanup.
Also, like, there's a bunch of lines, but with how often dialogue plays in this,
Clovis
they
is a
didn't record enough to
powerful
prevent them
energy
from repeating
vortex,
constantly.
Sacred to the insectoids for its high concentrations of caffeine, taurine, and high fructose corn syrup.
Are you sure that's not just a can of Monster you're talking about? Alright. So yeah, next time I guess we'll fight the Molech, finally, and put an end to this truth quest. What have we learned? Basically nothing, but, you know, wasn't expecting revelations from Maneater. We accomplished our main goal in life by killing Scaly Pete and avenging our mother shark. So, the rest of this is just the shark's chill time. Alright, so until next time, you folks all take care.